Hi guys, Blazeshadowthorn here, coming back at you with my week 5 or 4 or 6 or week 5, 4, 4, 4. My week 4 game. I'm going with week 4. If it is not week 4 and it is indeed week 5, it will say so in the description. And you can tell I'm serious about this battle when you get the hat backwards, you get that Ash Ketchum sort of style going on, but nah. Seriously though, this was the one battle looking at my opponent's team. I was just like, oh fuck me. That in my week 5 or 6 battle, which I haven't done yet, but I'm gonna be doing that pretty soon. Both those teams are like, oh, just shoot me now. They're just like, ugh. But he didn't bring a lot of the threats that I thought he would, which is good for me. I brought my team sort of like, I was really fearing he would bring, he had a lot of grass things on his team, and a lot of things weak to fire and flying. Since I don't have a fire Pokemon, I put Fire Blast on my Garchomp, and I have Hidden Power Fire on my Maractus. So those two things should be helping me out. And I also brought my Braviary as well. So that's going to be good. And I also have a Jinx. So overall, I mean, looking there, I have a shot at winning, but still, a little bit of a backstory on this guy. I'm not sure if I told you this or not, but the league I'm in, it restarted not long after I joined. So I played this guy before, and I choked like a massive fat dick. I just choked so hard during that game. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't repeat the process this game, but, I really don't know. So anyways, he's going to Swords Dance up, then he goes for a Bug Bite. I brought my defensive Drapion, which is very good because I'm going to be able to go for the Whirlwind and just negate this threat right off the bat. So he didn't get up a Swords Dance, I just lost a little bit of HP. Then, of course, I Whirlwind him out into the Donphan, so I'm like, okay, it's going to be this type of game. Fuck me. But so I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go out into Melbourne, actually predicting him to go for like an Earthquake or something because I know Maractus can take it. And it can also retaliate back pretty hard with like an Energy Ball or whatnot. But he actually decides to pull switch out into the Scizor, which I'm like, yes, yes, boom, bitch! I'm just gonna hit you up with a Hidden Power Fire, and that's a dead Scizor. So I'm just like, okay. I just pulled ahead like I am sitting high and mighty and pretty, but I can't just get that caught up in my head. I gotta keep focused on this. He's gonna bring out the Superior, and I'm like, this is perfect. This is perfect. Does he have the Hidden Power Fire? I don't know, so I'm going to scout for the Hidden Power Fire, go for Hidden Power Fire on my own. I see he sets up a substitute, and I'm like, boom, this is fantastic. This is fantastic because I have Hyper Voice. He doesn't know I have Hyper Voice. This is just like, this match is going so well. I'm off to a great start, but I can't lose focus. So he's going to set up another substitute. I'm hoping at the range of HP that he's at, a Hyper Voice will kill, but since it's not Stab, I don't know, so I'm going to go for the Hyper Voice. Unfortunately, he is going to be living on a little bit of HP, but what this puts him in is this puts him at a very revenge killable range because I also pack Spikes on this Maractus. So he's going to pull a switch out. Obviously, he does not pack Hidden Power Fire, else he would have went for it, so he has Hidden Power Ground. So that's great for me. He's going to go out into Liberty, the Bronzor. I'm not really fearing too much from this thing, so end up getting a crit. The crit did not matter, as you can plainly see how much damage that does, so I know this thing's most likely Levitate because who the fuck runs Heat-Proof Bronzong? Me? Shh. Don't tell anyone. So I'm going to set up a layer of Spikes just so I can kill that Superior on re-entry because even though it is at a low range of HP, I still don't know what item it is, and still if it gets up a Contrary boost and it's not Life Orb, that thing could still be a massive pain to deal with later. So I'm going to set up 2 layers of Spikes because because really Bronzong's like it's only levitating Pokemon, and the more damage I get off on things like Skunk Tank, the better off I'll be. So gonna go for a Gyro Ball. It's not gonna be doing a lot of damage, thank God, because this Maractus is definitely gonna be useful to have on later on as either switch fodder or to come back and kill sub things. So, gonna switch out, gonna go out into the Beastly Gibble, just because I know probably a Gyro Ball is gonna be coming my way. But he actually pulls a switch out into his Skunk Tank, probably predicting me to go for, I don't know honestly why he would pull a switch out. Maybe he wants to defog the Spikes away. That's the only thing I'm thinking of. And he can also threaten me out with a Poison or Dark type attack. But it's good for me because I'm able to predict the switch out into Liberty because that is like an insanely obvious play. Like, why would you stay on impossible EQ? So mixed Garchomp's coming in clutch, like able to get a crit. Depends on which way you want to slice it. I mean, it might have mattered, but it might not have mattered. It depends on how much damage roll I get on the second and first one. I mean, if I got a mid to high roll on both, crit didn't matter because I'm pretty sure Fire Blast with the investment I have is going to be a 2 KO, but it might have, you know, I don't know. But able to knock out that thing, so I'm sitting in a really good position right now. But he's gonna bring out the Garchomp. I'm gonna hit that thing up with an EQ because I'm still pretty sure an EQ will hurt more than a Fire Blast just because of stabness and all that fun stuff. And it does do a decent amount of damage. It does around 50%, and it puts him in range. It puts him in range for another EQ to kill him off, which I'm pretty happy with that. So he's gonna EQ me back. That does absolutely nothing to my Garchomp. So I'm like, all right, I'm still good. And he goes for Ice Shot. I'm like, oh shit, I should have known. Honestly, I lost Garchomp there unnecessarily. He gets a crit there. Obviously, his crit didn't matter, so you know it's just like whatever. But I just forgot Ice Shard was a thing, so that was my fault entirely. I unnecessarily lost that. And this is where I fuck up royally. Ice Beam at this range will kill, no questions asked. I really thought he'd pull out into his Rotom Heat to get some switch initiative, but he goes out into Skunk Tank, which honestly is his better play. I mean, if I would have just went with my gut and just Ice Beamed, I would have been so good, but no, he's going to Pursuit Trap, kill off Rave, and like that, I just lost a huge threat, and I'm just like, well, fuck. What do I do now? Like, I lost Garchomp, which was the main counter to this thing, and now I lost Rave. What the fuck am I going to be doing? So, gonna go out into Silverback just because Silverback's like the only thing I really have to deal with this thing. So he's going to switch out. Obviously, he doesn't want to stay and take a possible EQ, so he's going to go out into the Rotom Heat, probably predicting that. I really wanted to predict the switch out, but at the same time, he could have Sucker Punched, he could have knocked off. There's so many different things he could have done, but if I just would have went with my gut and Zen Headbutted, I would be so happy, but no, I just go straight away for the Bullet Punch, predicting the Sucker Punch, and then it turns out that his Rotom Heat's Scarfed, and I'm like, the fuck, man? I mean, honestly, again, just those plays, just that series of plays right there, just, that big lead I had at the beginning of the match, it's just gone. Boom, like that. But at least now I know what this thing's Scarfed. So I am able to threaten him out as I bring in my Braviary because this Braviary is a banded Life Orb Braviary. So he's going to sack off his Superior to the Spikes, which is fine by me. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go for a U-turn. I'm not really sure what this thing wants to do, so I just wanted to get some switch initiative off on whatever I wanted to go into. Brings this thing back in. I know he's going to Volt Switch. No reason not to, so I'm going to bring in Melbourne, pretty much his Death Fodder, to take said Volt Switch, so at least I can bring in something to counter whatever he wants to bring in, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I'm not looking good anymore. I've lost all advantages, and this is going to definitely come right down to the wire if I can pull a win out of this or not. So he's going to bring back in the Mr. O'Malley, the Skunk Tank, and this Skunk Tank's proven to be a problem. I don't like it whatsoever. So I'm going to go back out into Ace Up, my Braviary. And also another thing that kind of comes back to bite me a little bit is I brought my Life Orb Braviary and not my what do you call it? My Scarfed Braviary. So that kind of comes back. But I get a crit there. Crit might have mattered just because it's not stab, but it's also Sheer Force and Life Orb boosted. So, you know, it's whatever. And yeah, this Rotom Heat's just going to be able to come in here and knock me out with a Volt Switch. If I was Scarfed, I would have been able to outspeed this thing, knock him out with a Rock Slide, and I would have been in a better position to take on the Donphan. Because as you can see here, my last Pokemon is Drapion. Yes, it is Drapion, in fact. So if I would have been able to knock this thing, the Rotom Heat out, and then possibly gotten a flinch off or two, with the prior damage I needed, I might have been able to pull a win out of this thing, but honestly, I don't know. But then again, that would all come down to if I was Scarfed, and then, of course, assuming I still got the crit, there's a lot of different variables in there. But I do end up losing that game. Kind of sucks, but, you know, that's my first loss of this season. 2-0 loss, so hopefully in week 4, 5, or 6. I can't even remember what week I'm on. Because I'm recording this game like a week late because this was my last week's game, and I was just like with finals and stuff, I was like, fuck it, I don't want to record. So it's coming to you a little bit late, and I do apologize for the language. I try to keep that as a bare minimum in my videos, but this was just one of the games where it's like I deserved that loss because of the plays I made. So, you know, I mean, it sucks, but it's entirely my fault. So, hopefully I can make a comeback next week, but I don't know. I haven't played that game yet, so I'll be bringing you that game as soon as I have it. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.